Welcome back. I'm Stacey, and I'm so excited to be using our plant of the week, Piglet, a true dwarf fountain grass, to make up this gorgeous container. This is a container that's going to take us from the summer all the way into the fall.
Stacey, what are you doing with my piglet?
Kevin, what are you doing in my video?
I am here to stop you from planting that perennial piglet grass in a container.
Oh, okay, wait a second. Kevin works in the perennial department, so he believes all perennials need to go in the ground. But Kevin, the thing that is so awesome about this plant of the week, Piglet, is that it makes an excellent container plant and a plant that goes in the ground. I see you've got something going on over here.
You know, I do. I am designing a garden bed in the ground with perennials, and I have started with an edge of our piglet grass. Maybe I'll do it on a walkway. Not totally sure yet.
So it's a great edging plant. Is it because it stays small, right?
It is, and admittedly, that is what makes it doable in a container as well. It stays a nice, compact, maybe 2 feet tall and wide.
Okay, so that's a really nice size. Truly a dwarf fountain grass. Kevin, I am going to add a few more things to this container to kind of jazz it up. Even though Piglet is our star, our plant of the week, I do want to add in a little bit of another perennial, so please don't be angry with me. This is Ajuga with its beautiful tricolor in here, and I think that Ajuga would look really nice kind of trailing out of this container. Kind of pulls out the colors of Piglet. Don't you think that looks nice?
It is a nice trailer, and that's nice what you have going on there, but it really doesn't pop, you know?
Okay.
In the perennial garden, you can really pick some nice perennials that'll stand out with your Piglet grass. So, you know, classic black-eyed Susans are a really nice companion plant.
Yeah, I kind of feel like now you're just showing off, Kevin. Yeah, black-eyed Susan is a beautiful, showy plant. I agree. Piglet looks really nice with it. I've got something not to be outdone, totally. I have got another perennial. I raided your area, and I have found this beautiful firecracker sedum. Look at this, the texture, the color goes great with the Ajuga, kind of still lets Piglet be the star of the show. So I'm just going to add that into my container. Doesn't that look nice?
It does look pretty good.
Yeah,
and it's still drought tolerant. Now, it's not like we can't put sedum in the ground either. You could do a nice, tall, upright sedum to really add some contrast and texture and color in there. Another really drought-tolerant plant as well. So, you know.
So Piglet is pretty drought-tolerant.
Absolutely. Very
in the ground.
In the ground.
Yes, I know the container needs a little bit more water. That is true than it does in the ground, but still a very drought-tolerant.
You still have a drought-tolerant container going on.
Okay, so now I'm getting nervous because I feel like I'm sort of getting redundant and a little boring. I am going to add another Ajuga in just because I really want to enhance these colors, but it still looks nice, right?
You have a nice design going on. Absolutely.
Right?
You can really bring out that darker purple color. Absolutely.
Why do I feel like you're going to show me up now?
Well, so don't feel bad, but in a container, you don't really have the same space as you would in the landscape.
True.
So you can always put something in front of your piglet grasses as well, like blanket flower, really nice long bloomer. Give you some more color, different options going on.
All right. I do like you've picked plants that are going to have interest all the way into the fall. That's one of the nice things about Piglet is it really does have beautiful fall interest as well. Okay, so now I've got one more thing because remember, I'm going for texture in my container. And I do like to shake it up. This is an entire perennial container. So I'm going to put a little blue fescue grass in here, another drought-tolerant, sun-tolerant, heat-tolerant plant. And I think I've got a really cool container filled with texture. The thriller is still our Piglet grass, but I have a feeling you've got something else to show me.
Well, it is a very nice silvery blue, but you can do that as well in the landscape. Maybe something like Russian sage is actually a taller plant. Could go in the back, do sort of a tiered garden going on.
Because Russian sage will get taller than...
It does, and it is also salt tolerant. So
just like Piglet.
Exactly. Just like Piglet, you have it, you know, on the shoreline, near a road. The salt really isn't going to bother these plants too much. So you have a lot of versatility.
And the Russian sage and the Piglet, both of those like to be pruned back in the early spring,
They do.
So very similar, like-minded plants.
Exactly.
Okay, Kevin. So we can agree to disagree. We both love Piglet. It is definitely an awesome plant of the week. It makes an excellent container plant. It makes an excellent perennial plant in the ground. The one thing we do know, too, about my container is that if we decide we can take this container apart in the fall, and we can plant all of these plants into our garden and enjoy them year after year. Kevin, even though you interrupted my video, thank you. I learned a lot today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Spoken by a true perennial man. Thanks a bunch. We'll see you next time.